Hello, Adora Alfie here, and welcome back to Factorio Space Age. So, in the last episode, we actually got Edge Master to go all the way to the solar system edge, right? And make us a bunch of Prometheum signs. I had it actually come back to Novice between episodes, and I made the tragic mistake of setting Beta eggs to 1. So, it actually loaded up a bunch of Beta eggs, used up all of the Prometheum, and luckily I was able to catch it before any of the eggs hatched, but they were like loaded with eggs and not actually doing anything because they didn't have enough Prometheum shards, right? Prometheum asteroid chunks. So I actually had to like empty them all out and move this insert over here to throw them into space. But yeah, we did that. Right now I set it back to 0, so it is just waiting in orbit. And I have all this Prometheum science that I haven't used. I want to do this on stream, I guess, so let's drop it down. Boop, boop. And now on Novice, I should be able to select... I mean, I didn't have to move to Novice to do this, but we can get Research Productivity 3. We might even be able to get Research Productivity 2, like, done, I think. Oh, wait, sorry. Research Productivity 2, and we should be able to get Research Productivity 3 even, maybe. Because we had quite a lot of science. So that should get dropped down to Novice. And where is it? It should be landing. Oh, there we go. How much is that anyway? That was 1.9k. And I think we had like a little bit more or something, maybe perhaps. But anyway, hopefully that's enough to like get maybe 1 or 2 levels in research productivity done, which will increase our research productivity and make it a bit more efficient to actually research things, right? Okay, the next like big change I want to make to my base, I think, is improving power production. So we have two options, right? Well, we have multiple options. We have like several options, but we have like three main options maybe. I know I just said two, but they are scaling up nuclear, using fusion reactors from Aquilo, because we can just ship in a bunch of the fusion power cells, right? And these are like pretty damn efficient, I think. So, like for example, with just like these two reactors over here, we are producing like 400 megawatts, I think. And yeah, they're producing 400 megawatts with just two reactors, right? And it's compared to over here, we have this huge setup over here. I mean, this is like pretty damn big, and it's making like 2.3 gigawatts, right? With how many of these are there? Like 16 nuclear reactors. So if you divide this by 16, and we divide the other one by 4, like the other one's like 100 megawatts per, and this is like, is it more? Is it less? I don't know. Either way, like it takes a lot more space because of all of the heat pipes and everything too, right? But the thing is, we'd still end up having to rely on imports of the fuel cells, which I kind of don't want to rely on. So I think the plan right now for me is to expand nuclear production, right? To like expand the nuclear power production. However, if I want to do like a scalable, I think I'll probably do a 2 by N scalable reactor, right? And I want to build it over here, going like this way, because we have like plenty of space over here, right? We can stretch it all the way over there if I want to. And I think we should be able to get enough water from this green lake over here. However, to do that, I am going to have to like transition from this setup to that setup, right? And to do that, we are going to have to turn off half of my power grid. So I have stopped research, which has slowed down my power consumption. It was like all the way at like 2 gigawatts-ish, I think. Wait, let me actually show you guys. It was at... It wasn't quite at 2, it was like 1.8-ish. But now it's like gone down all the way to like 1 gigawatt roughly, right? Which I think should be like sustainable with just one power plant. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this apart real quick. Hmm. Are you like deconstructing things too? Oh my god, you have too many construction bots, cause... Wait, why do you have so many construction bots? Hmm. But yeah, I want to take this apart temporarily, so... Let's just like take this apart, as is. And that's the return thingy, right? Okay, I'll leave the return thingy for now. But I want to slowly dismantle this and try and work towards building a reactor. Is this even doing anything? I don't think this is even doing anything, right? Yeah. Okay, so I've cleared out all of the belts, and they're probably gonna have like a few used up cells inside them after a while. But that's fine for now. Let me just take this apart as well, real quick. Okay. They do have quite a lot of heat in them still, and some of them have a few fuel cells. It got a bit messy when I was like swapping things out, but I'm gonna probably wait for this to cool down before I deconstruct it because I'm really stingy and I don't like to waste power, I guess. So I want to give it some time to actually cool it down to maybe 500 degrees Celsius and wait till all this stops working. Because in the meantime, I actually need to get everything I need to build a bigger reactor, and we'll be designing it as well. So that's gonna be a two-part process, I guess. I have a construction spider Tron over here, which was deconstructing all the walls. So I'm just emptying that out real quick. Hopefully we have enough space in all these storage chests. I think we should, right? We have so many storage chests. Yeah, we definitely have enough space to store. Oh, why is there so much plastic? A lot of weird stuff in there. But we are emptying this out, and I want to basically feed this with everything it needs to make more nuclear power plants, right? So I wonder if there's like a recipe for if you're scaling it, this is how much stuff you'll need. Hmm. The answer apparently is if you're making 2xn, you're gonna need 2 minus n reactors. Okay. Exchanges are 32 minus n, and water pumps are 0.275 minus n, and turbines are 55.2 minus n. Oh, sorry, not minus n, times n, times n. Okay, so we're gonna need like 55. Hmm. Okay, so what if I made a group called Nuclear Reactor Scaling? Hmm. And I just input those numbers in, right? So let's say 2 reactors. Where are the 2 reactors at? 2 reactors. I'm not sure how many heat pipes we'll need, so I'm just gonna say like 50 heat pipes. Where are the heat pipes at? There they are. Oh, they're all like right next to each other. What am I doing? And heat exchangers we need apparently 32. So 32 heat exchangers. What ran out of fuel? Train? Huh? How'd you run out of fuel? Oh, that'll do it. Funny that you ran out of fuel at the station, though. Interesting. Huh? Huh? Okay, I guess that makes sense. Uh-huh. It tried to leave the station and ran out of fuel. That was such perfect timing that it didn't run out of fuel on the train tracks. Okay, you know what? That's good enough. Okay. Anyway, getting back to this. So, 32 of these, and water pump. Oh, I don't know if we can do fractions. Can we do fractions? Can I make this like 0.275? That's the exact number, right? I don't know if that's working. Wait, I can times this by 4, for example. 0.275 should become 1, right? But it didn't become 1. Hmm. I don't think we can do fractions. Okay. Have that be 1 in that case. And then have the turbines be 56. Because it's like 55.2. So 56. Boop. And it should get like, yeah, 8, 200, 128, 4, 224. Perfect. But yeah, by using like the multiplier over there, we can scale this however we like, right? Okay, so that should be everything to build the actual reactor part of it, right? Now, I'm still gonna wait for this to cool down. At least until the reactors and... well, until like this stops making power, I guess. And I'm gonna deconstruct all of this and probably build it like going... starting like here and then going this way, I guess. So we're gonna have to figure out all the plumbing and everything too. But yeah, let's just give it some time. Okay, so while we're waiting for it to cool down, I'm actually going to design the nuclear reactor. I'm not going to just yoink some blueprints off the internet and use those. Nothing wrong with doing that, but I kind of like designing my own stuff. So let's see what we can do here. First of all, we need heat pipes and we also need to have like 2 belts, right? So for the heat pipes, I want to try and like get as many heat pipes as I can. I'm going to leave the center open, but I want to get like heat pipes in all these other connection points. And I guess we need one one inserter going in, I guess, like that-ish. Let's set this to override stack 1. Well, that's not 1, that's 1. And then we want one inserter going out. So this can be something like that. And this can be going this way. Whoa, whoops. And okay, so if we do this, this is going down, this is going down, this is coming. Wait, this should be coming this way, and this should be going that way. That is correct, and this should be going that way. Okay, so once we do the bottom, we can do the top as well in the same exact way. So the number of things we need here, right? First of all, we need heat exchangers. So I think like 2 for here is fine. But we need heat exchangers. Let's see. How do we do this? Can we like fit enough heat exchangers here? I wonder if this is gonna go deep enough. Because if I put like a bunch of heat exchangers, I want to put them as close as possible to this, right? If I put them along this, I wonder if it's gonna be like good enough to supply everything. Or is there like a more dense arrangement for heat exchangers, right? What if I did like... What if I moved this over here? And then had... it would overlap... Because I need it to be repeatable, right? I need it to be repeatable, so I need to make sure that there's like enough space between the different bits. The other way I can do it, I guess, is if I put the heat exchangers in this kind of arrangement, like this, then I can fit the right amount of heat exchangers, I think, right? And then I just have this be like a 2 wide. That way, like, this kind of tiles a lot better, I think. And then we can have the water pipe over here and the steam. Oh, I guess that becomes a bit complicated, huh? The water pipe and the steam pipe. Because I can't have... unless I have all of the steam pipes going like this way or something, and have them on like one end. I could do something like that, I think. Because like the other way I can do it is obviously if I had all of them lined up, right? Wait, oh, that's stinky. Wait, I'll just wait for it to become daytime. Okay, so I didn't want to wait till it became daytime, so I'm just like gonna... I know it's really beside the point, but I'm just gonna put some power poles over here. It's my design space, I need it. Okay. Sure. We can go back to the nuclear reactor, and I can continue designing it. Okay, so... The 2 different, like, ways I could do it, right? And I'm not sure if this is gonna work. I could do this. And for 2 reactors, which is what we have on this side, we would need 32 exchanges. If I run at a really high temperature, so what is this? That's 14. That's 28. And that's 32. So it would need 32 exchanges, right? However, if I change the design and had it like be sideways, I could do a bit less. But the thing is, all of the steam production would have to be on one end of the system, right? I guess. Let me show you what I mean. Okay. Let me just make it on the other side, right? I'll do that real quick. Okay, so this would be 32. Wait a second. It's even longer if you do this. Because it takes a bit more space, huh? I could make this a little bit shorter. Wait, let me try that real quick. So even if I made it shorter, like the shortest it could be, I guess I should have seen this coming, is the same as this stack. So this is like 32 as well. Yep, that's 32. So it's gonna be like the same size regardless. So I think we're still gonna have the bottleneck of having the heat pipes. I guess the other way of doing it would be if we took this and just spread it out like a bit more. Hmm. And then took this, spread it out a bit more. So we have like a thicker heat pipe, right? The thickest we could make it is 5, but it'll be like bottlenecked by that like heat pipe too. Oh, this is like kind of, maybe we can do like a 4 thick heat pipe. Let me attempt that. Okay, so I have another idea to make. Okay, so it would be like this big, and having like a heat pipe over here of like 4 width as well would probably be necessary, right? But the thing is, each of these nuclear reactors only has like 1 heat pipe coming out for each. So like this is 4 technically, so it's like a 4 to 4, which makes sense in my head. But I kind of want to get more heat out of the reactors faster, right? So to do that, I think we might have to get rid of this conveyor system of the belt system, right? And actually shrink this down a little bit. Let me grab these, put them down here. And you might see where I'm going with this, but we're going to be swapping that out for logistics chests, because that's the only way we can use up all of the heat pipes on the side. Is I'm going to have an inserter here and an inserter here, basically. And have a requested chest here, and a passive provider chest here. I guess that's okay. We can use active as well, but like, I think passive provider should be fine. And then have this be only request, well, trash unrequested first of all. And only request like 10 uranium cells or something. Boop. And this should still be set up to use not use filter. Override stack size, only put 1 in at a time. I'm gonna do all the circuitry and stuff for that later too. Okay, that is fine. However, we do need to have all of the turbines as well, because this needs like 56 turbines roughly. But like this block, right? It needs 56 turbines because it's like 32 over here, I think. And yeah, 32 over here, and freaking 53 turbines, 56 turbines. So I want to try and like set that up next. Okay, so that's 57, and I want to power them using substations, I think. I think we should be able to manage to get substation to catch all of these, hopefully. If I do like that, and I have another 3 in between. Oh, they do not reach. They do not reach each other. I'll have to have something on the ends, probably, to connect them. But that's okay, because, like, the next, like, one would be here. And they'd have, like, a substation here. So we need a substation on the ends over here, I think, to connect them. So something like that, probably. Perhaps. Okay. And, yeah, this is, like, 57. So, let me just move this down real quick. To, like, here. And I just want to copy everything up to the... I guess I could copy everything, including the reactor, and then flip it, and paste it, like, here. So I think that is a blueprint, yeah. So that is our blueprint. It should have everything we need. Let me just highlight like half of it, because it's like, for every 2, you need 57... Yeah, like, you need 55.2, we have 57, that's good enough. We need 32 exchanges, we have 32 exchanges. We need, yeah, I think that's about it. Everything else I think should be okay. Oop. So hopefully that's not too bad. And we're gonna be using request chest to do this. The piping should be fine too, because it's set up in a way that it will, like, connect to everything adjacent to it. I could technically make this wider by 1 and have this, like, heat pipe path be 5 wide, I guess. Like, that's the only other change I could make to this. Because, like, then it could share, like, steam pipe with the segment next to it. But I think this shouldn't be too bad. We'll just end up with, like, a 2 wide steam pipe on either side, and I don't think that's, like, a huge issue. Given how fluids work in Space Age, right? I think that should be fine. But yeah, I think this is our nuclear reactor blueprint. So time to go build it, I guess? Okay, one small part of the puzzle that I kind of forgot about is it's a really, really vital part of the puzzle, right? You might be able to guess what it is, but it is roboports. We need roboports to actually be able to supply these things. And if I was to put a roboport like anywhere in this blueprint, right, it would end up being in the heat exchanger section. So that's kind of bad. Um, I could put the roboports like nearby and kind of have like the heat pipes go around them. That's not like the worst idea, I guess, but like that would make this whole thing a lot longer too. So I think I have to give up on the idea of having um what was it, like using all of these heat pipes, right? And just get rid of like these. Mm-hmm. And probably just go back to like using belts like I had planned initially. So I'm gonna change the blueprint to do that. Okay, there we go. We're back to using these inserters. And I put a few heat pipes here, but I don't think these heat pipes are gonna be very functional. But I think this should basically have 4 heat pipes on each side, and there's 4 heat pipes here too, and there's 4 heat pipes here too, so there shouldn't be like a bottleneck for heat pipes, hopefully. And hopefully this works like I'm imagining it to work, is the plan. Yeah, we're gonna have to set up the circuit conditions too. I think I'm just gonna like hook up these inserters real quick and just have these all set to fire when A is equal to 1. There we go, and I can connect the rest of them later. But yeah, for now, that should be pretty good. Oh, they do need power as well. Wait a second. They need power, right? So I guess we do need to like use up this area over here. Hmm. And have power poles here or something. Hmm. Yeah, I think that's fine. Okay, I'm gonna get to work on building this then. So I think we can start with the first segment over here. If I put this down, and then I do horizontal flip, and then I put the one next to it down, I think that's how it's supposed to work, right? Yeah, then they'll share like the boop, they'll share like the substation in between, and I think that should be perfect. It's so big it doesn't even fit into my vision range, unfortunately. I'm gonna have to put radar down for this. Hopefully, like putting radar on the ends will be enough. We'll figure it out. Okay, let me just like build as much of it as I can with the stuff that I picked up from here. I think we should have enough for this like 2 segments, right? Because that's yeah, that's 8 reactors worth. We had 8 reactors worth earlier as well. So I think that should be fine, probably. And all of this connects up as well. And when we're placing down more of them, we'll be probably like planting this. Oh, did I run out of substations? Hmm. You have 50 construction bots. Aren't you like requesting substations? I guess you want. Don't request these. You don't need those anymore. Request substations, please. Hmm. Where'd they go? There we go. Okay, so I'm gonna get around to building this a bit. How about you? How are you doing? You have not everything you need. You are like halfway there, and that's gonna be like for 16 reactors worth, right? Pasting these in is gonna be an adventure as well. Do we not have enough heat exchangers? Hmm. I guess like the 2N recipe is a bit different from like the recipe for what we were doing before. Okay, how many are we missing here? How many is this? That is 35. So I'm just gonna request like the amount we need, I guess, for the time being. So 35 of these. And how many are we missing here? What is that? Like 19? Okay. 19 heat exchangers. It's probably the ones that could be constructed by my base, I think. So I'm just gonna get those from my base then. Okay, we're just about getting ready to swap reactors. Wait, this might be kind of bad. I accidentally... Oh, I cut these off a bit too quickly. Wait. There we go. That put an additional fuel cell in them, right? Okay. So they're gonna be alive for a bit longer. But in the meantime, I want to try and like swap reactors real quick. So let's see. First thing we need to do is hook this up. And I think I've set it up so that the combinator here doesn't start quite yet until... I want to wait till the nuclear fuel gets to the end of all these belts, right? So let it do that real quick. Ooh, right. Nuclear fuel. I have enough to put into these chests, or mm, into these assemblers real quick just to get things a bit started. I could have put down a chest, but I'm lazy. Okay, there we go. Oh, I just have some depleted fuel I can put into you. Now, it's gonna split it and it's gonna go to both of these sides, and they shouldn't put it in quite yet. I'm gonna wait till there's like nuclear fuel at both ends, and this stops moving. I think that's ready, right? Wait, this is incorrect. Okay, that should be correct. I think that's correct now. This is going the wrong way. This is going the wrong way, but okay. I think the rest of it is now correct. Let me just make sure all of these belts are connected correctly. So this is coming and going to the right. And this is going to the left. Yep. Perfect. So all of that is connected correctly. And I think it should be ready. I think this reactor is finally ready. So I'm going to delete this condition, which should make it start. Oop. Perfect. And we do need to wait for it to come up to temperature before it can start producing power. And this reactor, how much longer can you run? I might want to put like a bit more fuel in it. I guess it's not going to put fuel from just that. Okay. Yeah, let it like run for a bit longer. I think that will be fine. Just having like an extra fuel cell to burn off, right? And we aren't using that much power, so I'll be okay, I think, on that front. I just need these to get up to temperature, so I'll be back once they're all heated up. So the reactor has gotten up to temperature and it is producing power. However, not all the heat pipes are quite up to 500 degrees Celsius yet, but it's still not at like 750. I did up this to 800 instead of like 750, which is what my old reactor ran on, right? So, let's try and set it to 750 and see if it can still work with that. Because like right now the temperature grade, it's like 630 here, and at the end it is 840, sorry, not 840, 480. So that's like a gap of like 150-ish, I think, right? So it's at 750. Oh, that's a bit scary though. I think 750 might be a bit low. So maybe like 800 I think is safer, right? So I'm gonna have the reactors run at 800. If they go below that, they will get refueled. And I think we have enough heat pipes to store enough heat that it's not like an issue. So hopefully that's not too bad. They are running though, which means I can turn off this reactor now. I don't think I should be getting any more fuel anyway. So I'm just gonna wait for it to cool down to probably like 500-ish, and then I'll cut these off once they stop producing any power. And yeah, we can keep scaling this from now on. I also swapped out the reactor scaling logistics group thingy over here, right? For the blueprint basically. This is just I just pasted the blueprint over here. And it takes 976 heat pipes, which is gonna take forever to actually buff up, right? So that's gonna be a problem, but I'm not even sure if all of this is gonna fit in the inventory of one Spidertron. I think it might barely. Because we have 600 right now. If we add another like 300 or so, yeah, it's not going to take up the rest of the space, so that should barely be able to fit into one Spidertron. I made a second Spidertron that looks exactly like this one to like make nuclear reactors too in case we need more than one. But I think we should be okay for the most part. I was also making some tool belts over here, but I realized I didn't have any carbon fiber on this planet, right? On Novice. So we're going to be shipping in carbon fiber as well. Also, what on earth am I doing over here? Why is this making higher quality stuff without actually having more quality modules in it? What on earth is that doing? I think everything else is okay. But yeah, I think that is about it for this episode though. I'm gonna take this apart. We do need a lot of heat pipes, and I'm gonna keep expanding this nuclear reactor. Probably tack on like one more, maybe. Wait, if I tack on one more, it's gonna be like we're gonna be back to where we started, right? So I'm gonna be trying to tack on like a few more for sure. But that's gonna take a lot of time and a lot of heat pipes. So it is gonna be a bit of a slow process, but that is something I'm gonna be working on. Anyway, I want to wrap up this episode. It's probably gone on for way too long anyway. I hope you enjoyed it. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like the video and subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.